Hi, Yvonne. All right, let's go and take a look. Got your ad up. I've got this version up right here. And let's go ahead and take a It seems like this one's a little bit different. Well, I think the colors are a little different. It looks a little different. I'm not real sure how many versions you had submitted or which one's which. I see three versions here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. And I just want to reduce this size a little bit so it fits in the window. That's perfect right there. Okay, so the first thing I want to see is that you've got the idea, right? You've got the background image, you got the masked image, and then you're assembling your type accordingly, building hierarchy along the way. One of the things I would recommend with the background image is it seems like the background image could use a little bit of an increase in contrast and also in um, vibrance and saturation. So in other words, what you're going to do is create an adjustment layer, add in some contrast to enhance the tonal distribution of this image, and then also try to increase the vibrance and saturation just to add a little bit more color to the image as well. The masked image looks great, but I think it's too high in the composition. I think if we bring it down a little in composition, it's going to look much, much more realistic. I also recommend, since it seems like this shoulder is getting cut off, let's move him over so that, and see how that shoulder is flat right there, it's almost cropped. But if we move that right, kind of maybe just bring that to the side, it'll look like he's just not centered in the composition as opposed to having that. Let's zoom in here so we can see a closer look at that, and we can clearly see that that is just cropped off right there. Looks really unnatural. So I would recommend that we move this just over a little bit to the side so that the page obstructs where that has been cropped. Okay, this is not one of the logos. If we take a look at the logos, these are the accepted logos, right? These four. So I don't see one with this muted purple and with the purple logo and the muted purple. It also looks like you have a transparency on this, and you don't want to do that. Once you place the logo, that's it. You don't want to touch it. You can resize it, but you don't want to make any modifications to a logo whatsoever, ever. That's the Bible. That's in the design Bible. Once a company has a logo, you don't make any changes at all. As far as page configuration goes, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to jump over to the course announcements and really take a look at these examples. These are located in the course announcements area. This was posted way back on July 1. So, or actually at the beginning of the class. So take a look at all of these examples and follow the lead here. These are all very, very successful examples. So it would stand to reason that you get some inspiration therein. For example, what I would do is I would say create one headline. Instead of stack and type like this, create a headline. Okay, there's your headline right there. Then the smaller typeface, subhead. Now don't forget, type requirements: Arial bold for headlines, Arial bold italic for subheads, and Arial regular for body copy. So what we could do is we're going to move the logo down to this corner, okay? And then we'll move this masked image down here a little bit. Then what we're going to do is this. Okay, so well, that'll open up this whole image. So what you'll do is you'll take your headline, okay, then left align your subhead. Then somewhere, probably over on this side, you'll create your paragraph of body copy. So headline, subhead, body copy. Then we'll come down here, masked image, logo, and then you can take your contact information and span it across the top of the page like that, as we see in one of these examples. Where is it? One of these examples had this one right here. See how the type is span across the top of the ad. Try that. Other than that, I think that those recommendations will definitely improve. So again, in summary, we've got headline, we've got subhead. Headline is larger than the subhead. Subhead is larger than body copy. Arial bold for the headline, Arial bold italic for the subhead, Arial regular for the body copy. Don't center align. If you want to know why, jump right over to the announcements area and take a look at this most recent announcement called, well, there's two of them. Should I center align my type? Why you should not center align type, and why you should not stroke your text. Take a look at both of those. At any rate, so we don't want to center align. I prefer that you left align both the subhead and the headline, subhead, and the body copy. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, please let me know immediately so that I can provide the correct clarifications for you to move forward in the project. We'll be moving into the banner ad very quickly. So I would say at this point, you really want to start working on finalizing the magazine ad. Conceptually, you will take much of the magazine ad and transpose it to the banner ad. So it would stand to reason that the magazine ad would be complete prior to beginning the banner ad. That may not be the case, but you'll be just fine as long as you run it by me. Just keep me posted as to your work. If you want to repost the magazine ad at any time between now and the time that we submit the final, have at it. I'll be glad to provide as much clarifying critique as possible. So again, I definitely want to see those changes reflected in your final, and in a perfect world, you would get this done quickly, and so let me take a quick look at it so we can move on to the banner ad. Okay, and again, it's really super important. Ask to get with me immediately if you have any questions at all. If I can help you out any bit, just please let me know. All right, great start. Thanks so much, Yvonne.